Good morning, y'all. Today I'm with Lowe Porogo. He's 25 years old and his work has been seen by millions already. He's worked with South Africa's biggest brands such as Showmax, 8 Night Drip, Cash and Sports Quick Takes, and trying to create his own company, Visual Stink Media. Lowe, my brother.
My nigga.
My brother from another mother.
Hey man, my day one.
High school mates.
Day one.
Primary mates.
Dudes.
Bro.
Man, we've been friends for years, brother.
Too long.
Years.
Yeah. But anyways, when did this all begin, though?
So it began shortly after high school, right? So at the time, my father really didn't have that much money. I think he had about like 60K, more or less. And I thought about the idea of going to school, but like, it wasn't really satisfying me, because I don't like being in a classroom with someone teaching me something. I also don't like to be constrained by rules. And I feel like university has a lot of rules. They have a lot of there's also a lot of expectation from you as well, And I've never been someone who was academically inclined. I've never liked learning, like being in school, for example, doing maths. Hated maths. You know what I mean? And I'm just like wondering, okay, if I learn this thing, maths, what's finding X going to do for me? Realistically, am I going to use X anywhere in my life? I mean, I'm 25 right now, and I haven't used maths at all in my career like that, So for me, it was just things like that. Like, do I actually need to learn this stuff? So anyway, I told my dad, listen, you know what? Since you have like 60K, give me 30K, and then let me buy a PC with it. So now I bought this PC and like a really powerful PC,
I know it.
Yeah. So RTX 3060, 16 gigabytes of RAM, Ryzen 9, 3900. At the time, this was like the best spec that you could get. And I think I spent about 40,000. So asking for 30, but it went over to like 40. So I had this thing and then I started streaming. Now I'm playing games, And then this is really where now I'm getting into editing for the first time ever in my life. So I'm streaming and then I would edit these clips, create shorts, post them, and I'm getting into it, but I was so terrible, man. When you first getting into editing, you think like you need to put a lot of effects, a lot of transitions. You have no idea what fonts to use, essentially.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. You don't know what to cut where. If the audio is shit, you don't know how to fix it. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
And that was essentially me. But you know what? I kept doing that. Over and over.
Yeah,
and over.
we were there for them videos.
Yeah, man. yeah, man. It reminds me of like one time in our group chat, right? I had just done a video of something from social media, and then I sent it through, and then the guys were like, "Damn, what is this, bro?" They were not fucking with the edit at all, But even after that, I took it as a learning lesson, just like, okay, cool, you're just starting out, bro.
And also, cool. If the friends also gave you that thing, was like,
yeah, exactly.
We don't like it.
Exactly, exactly. So a point came where I decided to study marketing. So I did a 3-month course, and then I got a certificate for it. Was a short course, marketing. Got the certificate, and then I applied to work at this company. It was great, and then the guy was like, he wants me to create videos. So now I'm really getting into editing full time, not just with like streaming, because now streaming was becoming a hobby and then my job took priority. But now I was doing the thing that I loved at my job.
So that's not a job.
Yeah, exactly. So started doing videos for them. I actually became the face of that company. Like I would literally go out. Like this one time I went out to a club and people were literally recognizing me. They were like, yo, bro, it was crazy. I could not believe it. I was there getting searched by this bodyguard and he's searching me. Next thing I hear, hey, Lowe, Aaron, is it you, my guy?
You pretend like
yeah. I'm like, yeah, nigga, it's me. He's like, dude, I love your content so much. Calls his friend over. His friend comes over. He's like, dude, this is Lowe. He does content. Next thing I know, we're just having a full-blown conversation, and these guys are glazing me, and I'm just like, cool, not really famous, but getting there, And then some bad things started happening within the company, despite me doing well, right? My editing was it was improving, but it also wasn't really the best. Like looking back at those videos, I can see all the mistakes I made. Things which at the time, exactly. Things at the time which I thought were good, but they weren't good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the crazy thing about video editing, because sometimes you create something, but then in your mind, you think, wow, this is the best shit I've ever created.
Yeah.
And then you send it out there and someone else sees it, or let's say multiple people see it. And the feedback that you get is just so
It's
much.
not what you expected.
Exactly. It's not what you expected. People don't like it. And now when that happens, that also like turns your eye, because you start to see the edit differently as well.
Yeah.
You start to see, oh, okay, so this is what people like. This is the mistake that I meant. Oh no, this shot stayed here for way too long and it made the video boring, you know? Or maybe the video was slowed down and now the whole video is becoming
just ruined it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So pacing as well is also very important, which is something that a lot of people don't
So I didn't even know that.
don't understand. Exactly.
Pacing was like basketball for me.
Exactly. Yeah. So with me, like when it comes to like pacing, right? I normally use music. So I find a song which like I really like. You know what I mean? So I'll go on YouTube. I like to use edit audios. So I'll go onto like YouTube, I find edit audio, and then I just listen to the beats. You know, listen to the beats. And then whenever I see, okay, how do I want to tell this story? If I'm editing Spider-Man, for example, how do I want to tell this story? You know? And then we can start off with like Peter Parker and MJ. Maybe they're like kissing, whatever. You know, you just break it up. And then you listen. Every time when the beat goes, you put a new frame, a new film that people see, but you're still telling the story. And then when the song speeds up and it's rising, now you have faster frames. Yeah, exactly. Or you can even like play around with the background so that while you're hearing the beat go faster, there's something happening in the background. You know? So there's a lot of ways to play about it. And then,
would you say, let me ask, would you say, remember you used to do music, right? Yeah. And we were all there for it. Would you say your music background, even though you say you are not that good, but your music background, would you say it had like an effect on this, like on how you pace your music, or now you use your music and pace your videos?
Yeah, I would say so, but also when I was making music, I was terrible at it. So even looking back, my pacing when it comes to like how I was saying things, how I was rapping, it was completely off. I mean, even back then, like I thought it was on, but no, it wasn't. It was not, you know. And like it's just like it's really an ear thing, especially with editing as well. It's ear thing. You gotta like even sound effects.
So it's not just visual.
It's not just visual.
What we just look at.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I mean, think about it. Like if you're watching an emotional edit, right?
Yeah.
It starts off slow and then you're listening to what the people on the video are saying, and then the music builds. And as it builds, also the visuals on
everything
the screen.
just gets
you see
perfect.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it.
It gives you goosebumps if it's that good.
Exactly. So that's just the power of like storytelling, and a lot of people don't know how to tell a story. True. Right. So that was also a skill that I had to learn when I was working for that company as well. Storytelling.
That was before Showmax, right?
Yeah, that was before Showmax, right? Yeah. So that was the beginning stages of like getting into editing and stuff, right? Worked for the company, and then some bad things started happening, and then I had to resign. So I resigned with immediate effect.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I was kind of disappointed because I didn't know what was going on.
Now I was so scared that day, but then I realized that, you know what, I would rather be, what's the word? I just felt like I would be better outside of the company than being inside of it, because being inside of it, I felt miserable. There were literally days where I would just like go outside, look at the trees, and shit just felt unreal. Like
it's depressing. Bro.
Yeah, it's depressing, dog. And I was just like, where the hell is my life going? Yeah, you know. And the worst part, like, it was like racism within that company. Yeah, there was like racism. You know, I was straight because I was the only black person.
Oh
there, right.
And you also
exactly
becoming
better still learning. Exactly. So now I'm still learning things, and here there's people who don't like me. Yeah. So I'm doing what I love, but also the environment
doesn't love you.
Doesn't love me, man. You know. So I worked there for a year before resigning, and then I needed something to do afterwards. So I was like, you know what, let me try video editing. So I went onto YouTube, started learning some tutorials. I started following content creators on Instagram, people who actually taught people how to edit, but like in small bits and shorts. You know, exactly. I watched a lot of those videos. Whenever I would see something nice, I would like go practice it.
And try and do it.
Exactly. Whenever a new client comes in, I'm practicing the same thing again. Exactly. And then I started doing this over and over the course of like 6 months. And then I put out a video and I was like, hi, I want to edit your video for free. It's just for my portfolio, whatever. People started sending me gang videos, you know. And I got a lot of bad videos as well, surprisingly. Videos that were just like shit that people expected me to just
something like a wow.
yeah, exactly, you know. Like we're magicians, but we're not that good. We're not that good, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. And then afterwards, I put out the video. I put out the video, yeah. So people were texting me and sending me this stuff, and I'm like, cool, and I'm editing this stuff. And then one day I get a text from this person called Volo, right?
Volo?
Yeah, his name was Volo at the time.
European or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, Volo, okay, cool. I'm going to my email. He's like, can we set up a coffee date, to discuss something. He doesn't even say what to discuss.
So he just wanted to see.
Yeah, and then I'm like, this is a little bit sus, man. I mean, you're not telling me what you want. You're just saying, let's go out for coffee. You know, yeah, like, I don't know what you want. So I don't reply to that email. About a month passes. And then I get another email from
Volo.
Yeah. And I'm like, persistent guy. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me answer. And then I go out and I meet Volo, and then he sends me like his first project, right?
Yeah.
Which was essentially cash and sport quick takes.
Oh, yeah.
So me and Volo now are working on this quick takes thing, this project, you know, we're pushing out videos. He's sending it to me. At the time I was charging 400 Rand per clip. Right? Yeah, exactly. So he would send me these videos. We worked together for about 2 months or so, I think. And then he was like, he wants to hire me full time.
Oh,
right. Yeah. So he really liked my work. He was like, he can see a lot of potential in me. And there was a lot of potential in me.
Yes.
You know, yeah. Even now, you know, and at the time I didn't see it. Yeah. I couldn't see it because I didn't know if I was actually succeeding at what I was doing. Even just by an inch, I wasn't sure.
Because there was not feedback.
There was no feedback or anything like that, you know, exactly. And I didn't really have that many clients as well.
That's also demoralizing.
Exactly. So then this is where things started to get interesting when I started working for Volo.
Yeah.
I had no idea that this was happening, but he was bringing on Showmax Sport as a client for the company, right? And so by the time I was being integrated into the company, he was preparing me for the role that I would take editing Showmax Sport videos.
All right.
And then he was like, you know what, he's going to train me. And, you know, there were quite a few nights where we stayed up late because like we were working on certain projects and he was telling me how to do certain things, especially jump cuts. Oh, he hated jump cuts, man.
Yeah, what are jump cuts, first of all?
Okay, so a jump cut is like, it's a cut in the middle of a video.
Okay.
So someone is speaking, that cut, and then you can tell that there was something happened and then now it just jumps into you saying something else.
Oh,
so it's very jarring to the eyes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you're saying it all in one go.
Yeah.
Right? So a jump cut, essentially, when that happens, it's like you have the person speaking and then the mistake happens, the cut happens, and then you zoom in. So when you zoom in, now it just looks like you just pan the camera in and it flows completely naturally.
Really?
Yeah. It just flows. You know, so you zoom in, zoom out in order to hide cuts so that people can't tell that, yo, this person made a mistake and that's why we're cutting. Yeah. But essentially it just looks like one
flowing, like he spoke the whole thing.
Exactly. So when I was started working for him, that was the thing he drilled into my head, bro, over again for a long time. Even if I worked there for like 2 years, and even by the end, that was still being drilled into me because it was still something I had to get my eyes to get used to.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is, like, it's
see it, so you can fix it.
Exactly. I don't know what it is, man, but like it's sometimes it's like, oh, you're editing, you miss those jump cuts. Yeah. Because it's like for example, it's like one frame, right? Yeah. And that one frame could bleed over into the previous frame, and it just completely fucks up the whole thing. Fucks up the whole thing. Like you see it and it looks like a flash, and you don't know what that flash is. But the moment you stop on it, it's a completely different frame, something else. Exactly. Yeah. So, man, Volo was like such a great force, motivation to be better.